Do you feel angry right now? Or what do you feel?
Right now, I think I feel grief. I'm not feeling angry right now.
Okay, yeah. Would you be willing to just give that some room to be, that grief? Because accepting is endless. It's deep and it's endless. Accepting grief. It's not just, oh yeah, grief's there. No, it's like, let me make room for this grief. Yeah. Is that okay to do right now?
It is okay. It doesn't change.
Let's not worry about that now.
We're living. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not, and you don't have the power to change the world.
Right.
The only way you have a power to change the world is to change how you are with your own experience. The only power you have to change the world is to change the way you are with your own experience, your relationship to your own experience. And maybe that will, at some point you feel moved to take some action out in the world that really makes a difference. Like Glenn, I'm just thinking of you right now. You know, you've done things in your life that have actually made a difference out in the world, and maybe other people have as well. That's beautiful, but that doesn't mean we don't include our own experience. In fact, it comes from a united wholeness, those kinds of actions. We're not being do-gooders to change everything. It comes from a fully integrated place within us, from love, from our own hearts, and not from this like resistance to what is. It's both. So I don't want to present this like Pollyanna picture, but that our own hearts, our own experience needs to be included. The world is everything, right? The world is part of the universe. The universe is everything. I'm using universe for life, for this like life energy, right? When it includes everything, when one thing changes, the whole thing changes at some level. It's the nature of it. So when we become more peaceful with our own experience, it's a way to change the whole. We bring more consciousness into the whole. We're more aligned with what is. Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff out there. There's a lot of good stuff out there. There's everything. I love this phrase John Kabat-Zinn calls it the full catastrophe. It's everything, everything. The diversity is huge. So where we can put our attention and do something about is in ourselves, how we relate to ourselves. Teacher Thomas Hubel, who I follow, he said the root of everything, it's true, is unexplored trauma on a personal level and on a collective level. We think we're right and the other person is wrong. That's a stand to be investigated. How many people in relationship, like personal relationship, you think you're right? You know, what does that do for the relationship? Yeah. And you may have many, and I'm sure you do, Paula, people who agree with you. And it's a valid point and all of that. But these other parts of your reaction, invite them in even more deeply. We're in the world, but not of it. Yeah. And we need your energy too, because it's here, that like fire of, you know, let's make this different. Let's make this better. But look at where that's coming from in you. It's coming from heart, because you love so much that you want peace, happiness, whatever it is that it's important to you. So I want to ask you how this is landing in you.
Well, I think I have allowed myself to go numb probably the last 6 months.
Yeah. Let yourself feel in doses, because to open, and you'll know your own path with this, like don't overwhelm yourself with the suffering of the world. It's overwhelming. So it's kind of a navigation, right? Feel it, but don't overwhelm some people, especially with the political situation in the US recently, they've gotten really overwhelmed by it. And that doesn't really serve either. So when you're overwhelmed with any emotion, you want to bring resources to it. Just kind of ground yourself, be calm, bring calm to it if that's possible, but not to shield yourself either. And where that crossroads is different for everybody. Yeah. So now there's grief coming. Yeah. So can you make space for that grief? It's welcomed here, this grief, whether it's personal, collective, whatever, intergenerational, in your family, whatever. 3 kinds of trauma: personal, generational, and then collective from the whole. Beautiful. I love your willingness to let this be, to let what's natural in you to come. Is there anything else that you want to say right now?
No, this is really helpful. It's hard to be a really sensitive person, as I'm sure a lot of people can feel.
What I find is, because I'm kind of by nature kind of a coper and sort of tough and strong and all of that, the more and more I open to this path, being, living in this embodied way, I realize how sensitive I am to everything. And I love it. I feel everything. I'm here. Great. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this to our circle today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.